Hi, my name is Elizabeth Waggoner, and I have the pleasure of introducing to you all one of my very first friends and one of the coolest members of the class of 2016, Mary Madison Baker. If you saw Beauty and the Beast last spring, you got to see Mary Madison impressively wrap herself in strips of fabric and use only her upper body strength to turn upside down. This is one of the many impressive things about Mary Madison. I admire her ability to dedicate herself to all she does, whether it be theater, film, music, photography, or another one of her interests. I am certain that she will have something unique to say today, so give it up for Mary Madison Whit Baker.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, a land also referred to as the Buckman Theater, the lovely Mrs. Madden cast Elizabeth Bateman and me as chandeliers in the high school production of Beauty and the Beast. Initially, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, but hey, who doesn't want to be a chandelier? I mean, they just kind of hang from the ceiling and look pretty, right? Little did I know, the roles of Chandelier 1 and Chandelier 2 were probably the two most demanding roles in the show. No, our roles did not necessarily require copious amounts of script analysis and character development, but we were required to learn a skill entirely unknown to either of us. We had the privilege of attending additional rehearsals to hone our chandeliering skills, during which we were trained by two professional circus performers. Their names, Tegan and Sarah. No, I'm not talking about the fantastic band of Canadian twins. I'm talking about a pair of bona fide aerial experts. In case you aren't familiar with the peculiar art of aerial dance, it basically requires that you climb two pieces of fabric, entangle yourself in them, and dangle yourself above the stage, all the while somehow making it look effortless and like you aren't terrified of falling. On the very first day of aerial rehearsal, I was faced with a minor setback. I thought that climbing the silks was going to be virtually impossible. For someone like me at least, someone with little to no upper body strength, it was a tad bit difficult for me to lift my entire body weight off the ground using only my arms. Not only was the task at hand physically challenging, but the concept in and of itself was rather daunting. When I was finally able to haul myself a few feet off the ground, I had to secure myself in the silks by tying knots and wrapping them around my body in a specific order. When we were first developing this rather weird skill, Tegan was almost always standing beneath us, spotting us, prepared to catch us in case we made a mistake. Unfortunately, though, during the actual performances, if we were to have our coaches stand underneath us with outspread arms waiting for us to fall, it might take away some of the magic. And so, I was forced to depend solely on myself. The fact that a knot that I had created was the only thing keeping me and the ground from getting to know each other was mildly terrifying. And I found that it was essential that I learn to trust myself. Trust yourself. Well, when you're chilling upside down 5 feet off the ground, it's a little difficult to find the confidence that you won't make a fatal mistake. In a situation such as this, you don't trust yourself because it's easy, you trust yourself because it's the only thing that you can do. If I were to become quite literally wrapped up and the fear of making a mistake, I would be more likely to make a mistake. Catherine Meesey, Mrs. Potts, trusted me not to make the mistake of kicking her in the face. Elizabeth Bateman trusted me not to make the mistake of doing the wrong routine at the wrong time. Even so, I had a certain degree of trouble trusting myself to meet those crucial expectations. But I did. Not once did I kick Catherine Meesey in the face, and if I had plunged to my doom, I definitely wouldn't be here discussing it with you. Now, you may be asking, well then, Mary Madison, how did you do it? I'll tell you. I have no earthly idea. Just kidding. What I do know is that in order to succeed as a chandelier, I had to retain a certain amount of awareness. It's no secret that blind trust is far more difficult to obtain than the sort of trust that results from knowing either yourself or another person. If there's anyone who knows exactly what you are capable of, it is you. So always remain aware of who you are and what your strengths are. It might just keep you from slipping out of your silks and will most definitely enable you to do something that you can be proud of. Thank you.